Meanwhile, incredible new footage has emerged showing seemingly idyllic conditions as sightseers wandered around White Island before Monday's lethal eruption. The video taken by one of the tourists, Alessandro Kaufman, tracks the first tour group happily hiking to the crater and back, taking in the sights and snapping photos, oblivious to the imminent danger. They were only just back on their White Island tour boat in the bay when Whakaari unleashed.
Man.
That's terrifying. You can't tell your mum this happened.
No. Man, look. Jeez.
I'm gonna be okay.
You can hear the panic rising as passengers spot what starts as an angry, mottled steam cloud bursting out of Whakaari. In seconds, it morphs into an utterly enormous mushroom that appears to swallow the entire island before it starts oozing out into the ocean and towards their boat. It's hard to comprehend this lethal concoction against the backdrop of a dazzling, calm blue sky. Rewind a few hours literally and the footage pans past a White Island tour boat. Leilani Hopkins stands out in her bright yellow jumper. Her dad Jeff beside her in shorts and hiking boots. Here's Leilani talking after the eruption.
It was surreal. I've watched documentaries of natural disasters and I've learned about them in school and at uni, but I never thought I would be there.
That morning, though, the Hopkins couldn't begin to imagine the critical role they'd play in helping survivors. As the passengers board, they each hand over a small metal cone marked with a dot to a crew member, who stacks them. They seem to be the equivalent of mine tags, a tangible record of the number of people on the boat.
Morning.
The next images, the wash from the tour boat as it cuts through the bright blue-green ocean. White Island in the foreground growing larger every second. A gentle steam cloud topping off Whakaari. The engine slows and the guide's commentary kicks in.
Okay guys, welcome to Whakaari, White Island. Just coming on the works maybe guys, we're going to get that space seated on one of our moorings. While we do that, I'll just quickly give you a history of the island. It's estimated to be between 150,000 and 200,000 years old.
Crew members decked out in blue and white striped tops and orange hard hats are easy to spot. The sightseers wear yellow helmets and they're loaded into inflatables and head the couple of 100 metres to shore. Here's Leilani again.
Because I get real bad seasick. Me and my dad were on one of the first boats off and onto land. So we were in the first tour group that walked around.
The camera pans to another reasonable-sized boat anchored a few metres away. The man behind the camera is Alessandro Kaufman from Brazil. You can hear him as he walks up the path towards the crater through the charcoal grey, barren, lunar-like surface. A cluster of other tourists are headed in the same direction. They're a few metres ahead. The moody landscape is highlighted with specks of canary yellow. The hard-hatted tourists moving closer to the crater. What looks like crisp white steam clouds waft out of the belly of Whakaari. And the wind is picking up. A guide fires out facts and warnings.
Well over 300. So it does get very hot. Latest temperature reading is sitting around about. Photo opportunity out there as well. You'll notice there's an area where there's a bit of bubbling water. Please don't go too close to it because it is undercut. Not quite sure where it sort of ends up under our feet. And you may need to use your mask up there, okay? Now if you do get engulfed by the steam, just basically turn your back to it. And if you need to, you can just crouch down generally.
A selfie shows Alessandro, who is filming, hard hat on, along with glasses and a face mask. Others around him are kitted out too. About a dozen of the sightseers continue to climb to the crater. Next scene, they're milling, looking relaxed, just a few steps from the edge of what looks like a pond of steam.
It was a lot smaller, obviously, when it first started. Basically what happened, the creation of this was caused by the magma chamber coming up very close to the surface, flowing or busting through here. It burst out on the right hand side over there, and there's a watercourse runs down the southern side, the northern side of the inner crater. The crater lake level sat there for about 2 years.
They walk between copper-coloured rocks that are stained bright yellow at their edges. Water flows between them. It's green.
I'm a little bit worried why it's going green.
You can hear hot water puddles bubbling. The video jumps ahead and they're back near the sea. It's utterly picturesque as they reach the jetty. The pickup boat's heading in to collect them. The camera does a complete 180 and catches the stragglers bringing up the rear before it tilts down to Alessandro's watch. It's about 11 minutes to 2. 22 minutes before White Island goes up.
Essa daí é uma das poucas oportunidades que você tem para ir direto quase na cratera ali do vulcão. Na cratera, né? Você fica.
This tour group makes it safely back to their boat. Then this, against the backdrop of a roaring boat engine and an almost cloudless sky. A cloud starts to unfurl from the centre of Whakaari. You can hear muffled cries of, "Oh my God, go, go, go." Get inside as the toxic cloud seeps across the island towards them.
Man.
That's terrifying. You can't tell your mum. You can't tell your mum this happened.
No. Man, look. Jeez.
Filming continues inside and you can see the reflections of passengers lined up along the windows. The enormous grey cloud has now all but swallowed White Island. They motor a safe distance away before appearing to double back. The boat that had been anchored alongside them is still there, glazed in ash. The camera moves to the jetty on the island. You can just make out a group clustered there. A call goes out to Coast Guard and passengers can be heard asking for inhalers.
Pessoas na ilha ainda.
Okay, Whakatane Coast Guard, Phoenix, do you copy? Yeah, just so we confirm with what's happening out here.
Anyone have an inhaler? All good. I've got one.
The cloud continues to spew from Whakaari as the boat pulls as close as it can to shore. Crew members race to launch the inflatables and head straight to the jetty. The footage cuts out here. But we know severely injured people were brought on board. Leilani and her dad Jeff, who hours earlier were preparing for an adventure, were thrust into comforting the injured, trying to keep them warm as shock set in on the excruciating trip back to Whakatane.
So we got everybody's water bottles from the boat and we were pouring cold fresh water over the burns. We were cleaning people's eyes and cleaning their airways, which some of them were blocked with ash, and then we had to assess the burns that we could see. Some people required their clothing to be cut off so we could treat them, and then we started a chain of people filling up water bottles from the taps inside and bringing them out to us to put over people. We had to cover their burns with items of clothing so that they were out of the sun, and then wrapping them in foil blankets because they were going into shock. At that point, I put aside any fear that I had and just did whatever I could to help, and I didn't stop until we got back